Hello, everybody, and welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Jatt. The regular season is over.
Oh, playoff time, baby. Who's going to win?
Playoff time, everything's higher pressure, elimination games.
The viewers are the real winners.
The most important thing is this or that. It doesn't matter who wins or loses.
Most important thing is
and we get to do it every week regardless of performance. So we could be awful and we'd still get to do it the next week. So let's get to the first slide. We have 6 today. Unlike the teams, that's what being a caster is great. Will SKT make it through LCK playoffs? Yes or no? So make it through LCK playoffs means will they win LCK playoffs? We're gonna
so to me, making it through is just getting past
make it to Worlds.
To make
will
their
SKT
points.
make it through LCK playoffs?
Exactly.
Make it to Worlds.
And to that, they only need to beat Afrika and Samsung. They have enough points from last time.
Yeah. So knowing that, it's still
this is a best of 3.
It's tricky. Ooh, and they did get 2-0'd by Afrika before. I still think yes, because they're a clutch team with a lot of experience, and they don't have to go through everyone. They just have to go through some.
Yeah, I also agree. Even though Samsung also a very good record, they're almost even better, like 6-0 or something like that, 4. But I continue to bet on SKT to make it through. Koma's backing, Faker's experience, all of the things that we normally point to with SKT just make it so hard to say that they are actually going to get stopped that early.
Yeah, especially League of Legends fans that are planning on watching the World Championship. Pay attention to this because it almost feels like it's starting early. There are 4 really good Korean teams, only 3 of them get to make it to Worlds, and I think all of them will have relevancy when we get there. So I say yes, I hope to see SKT. It's good to have the defending champs in the big show. Let's get to slide number 2. This or that, NA at Worlds, same as last time, or someone new, meaning TSM, C9, and CoG going through, or will we have one of the new guys?
This is very similar to the slide that was, are we gonna have a new champion of the split for the North American LCS? Because these are the same teams. Those are the teams that have consistently, historically, had success in North America. Now, if we point to why would each of these teams not, CoG changed their jungler. That's huge for them. They're still looking really good. You can count on Huhi, Aframu's in-game leadership, Ziggs out-of-game leadership, so there's still a lot of positives.
Here's how I see it. TSM is the #1 seed and has the most championship points.
I think they're in.
C9 has the 2nd most championship points, so if they make finals, they're probably in Worlds. CoG only has 10. And they just changed their jungler. So I don't see them winning the split. I don't see them making it on points, which means the regional qualifier will most likely come down to an Immortal CoG game or a CoG Dignitas Immortals game of some type, in which case I think it is more likely we see someone new than we see CoG at Worlds, based on the scenario they have laid out before them.
Interesting, because
someone new.
Someone new just has to be one replacement, right? So I feel like this side has an advantage in that area. And like you're saying, Immortals look really good right now. Even though they have Pobelter and Smithy, it's kind of like CoG would be going. But I would also have to agree. I'm going to say that.
It's really because I prescribe.
Because we could either Immortals or Dignitas, I think, have a pretty good chance.
And they have an outside chance of winning the split, which means we could see multiples. But next slide, slide number 3, hopefully see someone new at Worlds. Stronger supports, playmakers, or shielders, enchanters.
The age-old question, how strong is Ardent Sensor? Very strong right now.
Real good. So it's Blitzcrank, Thresh, Bard as the playmakers. And then we got Janna, Morg.
Even if these are not, even if it doesn't have to be these specific champions, I still, just because Thresh is on there, the playmakers to me are so big right now. Alistar you could group into this. I'm just going to say it as all playmakers because that's what it's labeling. It doesn't even have to be those ones. So I'm going to go with the playmakers. The strong as Ardent Sensor is and how good it is for scaling the late game and protecting that AD carry, it just gets me so much more hyped to see the playmakers, and I actually think that they are a bigger influence, especially with guys like Olay and Smoothie running around.
Yeah, I think this depends on our interpretation of the question. Stronger supports in pro play, I think, are playmakers, because roaming is a much bigger part of pro play, and finding initiations around vision
Stronger
is huge.
supports for autofilled supports?
Boom, shielders.
Can I sell you an Ardent Sensor?
Yeah, as well as just solo queue in general, the game is easier to get away with bad laning phases, easier to enhance the one dude on your team who's doing well to hard carry the game with Ardent Sensor.
I got this.
Shield, that.
Okay.
I'm all about winning solo queue games. That's actually the point of this show. Slide number 4, this or that, Liquid's roster worth the money or start from scratch. Definitely not worth the money.
Yeah.
They probably have the most expensive roster in the NALCS, and they are last place.
Yep, for sure.
This
though, I feel like is an extreme. So as the other answer, starting from scratch, you have a huge investment in all these players, and the problem, you have a lot of talent there. I don't think starting from scratch is the answer either, though.
So hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
Let's hypothetically say that they are in the LCS next year.
Okay.
Who would you want to keep?
I would still want to keep Reignover.
Yeah.
And so that does weird things because having a jungler that's an import messes up your import slots really heavily in North America, because North America, you almost guaranteed have to import in a mid laner.
Yeah.
There's like Pobelter, and that's about it. So,
I think it's a really difficult problem that Liquid's been struggling with all year, but
that's why they haven't solved it.
If you're picking between the two of saying this is totally worth it versus we need to start over, I would say you should start from scratch. I think they will make changes for sure. I think they'll make substantial changes, but scratch is an extreme.
Yeah.
So there are definitely people.
I am going to go with that, though, because as you said, I just can't get on board with it was worth the money so far. Because if you spend that money, maybe I don't know. We can't solve their problems for them. That's up to Liquid.
This is one of the favorite pictures I think we've ever had, by the way. So slide number 5 for this or that. NALCS Summer Split MVP. Oh man, this is hard. Bjergsen or definitely not Bjergsen?
So to me, this question, at least again, we're getting better odds on this is a single person, a single answer, and this answer could be anybody else, so you have a lot of options.
Yeah.
It is always hard to go against Bjergsen, but simply based on numbers, because you can make arguments many different ways for MVP. You know, if you want to go purely statistics, you've got Jensen there. If you want to say how much they mean to their team, then you've got guys like Lyra. You've got guys like Someday even. You know, I feel like there's just more arguments on this side that it's easier to make.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to enough voters to know that this is going to be one of the most split votes we've ever had. I've heard people say Bjergsen should win it. I've heard people say Smoothie should win it. Ole should win it. X-Smithy should win it. I've heard people say Jensen should win it. Obviously, I think he's probably the favorite.
I heard one person say that, and I think it was you.
I said he was a higher tier on the plus sign than Bjergsen, but I'm still undecided in this actual vote. It is incredibly difficult of, you know, the stat. I looked into some stats, by the way, of mid laners against like bad teams versus good teams. Jensen still has better numbers versus playoff teams than Bjergsen, but not by nearly.
I'm not. You see, stats is only a segment. I can't make this decision
yet, man.
Stats is only a segment.
It's going to be officialized in a few days. This is going to be the most controversial MVP vote I think we have ever had in the North American LCS. I'm just getting people ready for it. Are you going to vote for Bjergsen?
Set expectations? I don't know. I'm still undecided as well, but I would say that there are better odds going with this side, so that's why I'm going to take this slide.
You
play the
hate
numbers.
Bjergsen is actually what I think. Kobe does not think Bjergsen deserves the MVP. I'm abstaining. No, I'm going to say that as well. I think there's too much chances we're going to get.
You're going just hard right now.
I'm going to let him off the hook here. That's a hard slide. This is a longer discussion than this or that.
Just cut the tape.
Slide number 6.
Cut the tape.
We're going. We got one more, Kobe. Weirder.
Yes, Rick and Morty!
Woo! Rick and Morty are all these players in promotion tournament. Oh my goodness. We got former world champions. We have MVPs.
As soon as I saw Rick and Morty, I was 100% going with this slide. Almost no matter what this would be. I love the show. That's
You're
why.
naughty.
But have you even watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it a few times. There are easily weirder alternate universes in Rick and Morty than imagining a world where someone becomes the best player to
Tiny
the
Rick!
best player in a league.
Pickle Rick.
There's so many more things that happen in Rick or Morty.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
So there we go. We're done.
It's pretty weird that they're in the promotion tournament, though. But yeah, we are done. This is going to be a very talked about episode.
Oh my God!
Stop with slide number 5. I think. Well, why? MVP talk it's spicy. I didn't even make a decision yet. People think I made it.
Calm down. We're done.